Rickards Podcast.
Earthquake, the film. Now, did you ever see this?
Again, probably when I was 4. Oh my God. I don't.
In surround sound.
Yeah, they made these. They
I
made
don't
these
remember.
hideous disaster movies in the middle '70s. Irwin Allen
King
was
of
this
them.
guy. They would even put them in theaters, and they'd turn the bass up so much that the whole theater would shake.
Okay.
during aftershocks and everything. But I mean, listen to these casts: Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, George Kennedy, Lauren Green. I mean, it's too much to hope that George Kennedy and Lauren Green would show up on the same movie set. That's a miracle. A miracle. Richard Roundtree,
Yep.
Victoria Principal, I don't know how old she was, maybe 18 and a day. God.
She was wearing the tight yellow Miles T-shirt because Richard Roundtree played the motorcycle stunt guy who was getting ready to impress the show guys from Vegas when the big one hit.
He's taking off right when the quakes hit.
Just doesn't.
Oh, bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, once again, I didn't feel a thing. It's like being on a date with me. I feel nothing. Nothing.
Dead from the
Zero.
waist down.
I'm out walking my dog, Rocco, this morning. We get a 5-something earthquake here in San Diego. My wife calls me. There's all kinds of wailing and carrying on at the house. Couldn't tell. Just walking around the streets in my neighborhood. Had no idea anything had happened.
That's funny.
I think it's, if I say that, we're used to them, that's bullshit.
My
Because-
wife ran out of the house, and
Yeah.
she doesn't normally.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't normally react quite as proactively. But she's like, I'm out.
I saw the roll,
Yeah.
and I moved like this in the chair that I was sitting in, and then I did the, what is it, stop, drop, and roll? What are you supposed to do?
That's for fires.
That's when you're on
Ed.
fire.
Okay, I remember. I didn't eat 30 minutes before I went in the pool. Is that it for an earthquake? Whatever.
What?
Whatever it is.
Wait,
what are you
what?
supposed to do with an earthquake?
You combined like 3
Yeah.
warnings for 3 different disasters, and none of them apply.
You're basically dead.
I
so it
didn't
doesn't
take
matter.
aspirin and Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what it was. No, it's drop and cover. But where I was,
Duck and cover?
duck and cover, whatever.
That's for a nuclear bomb.
Is that nuclear bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, earthquake.
Earthquake is get the fuck out of
Yeah.
the house.
Is that what it is?
Get
Yeah.
out. Get under a doorway or get out of
Load
the house.
bearing member.
Doorway. Did you not? Okay, we didn't grow up here in California. Didn't you guys have earthquake
All the
drills?
time, but do we ever take that shit seriously? No. But I was in the hospital, and my chair, I was just sitting there and my chair started shaking, and then I just kind of casually looked at my phone, and I think it's you get it under like a desk or in a doorway, a load bearing member type of thing. Everybody in this freaking hospital goes running out into the hallway or outside going, was that an earthquake? And I'm pretty sure that's not in the manual
Yeah,
type of thing.
but you wouldn't know because
No, I didn't take it seriously.
We teach these kids from kindergarten on up. In Illinois, where I grew up,
Of course.
they would make you, if it was a fire drill, you're just going outside on the parking lot. That was actually,
Yeah.
that was a nice break.
yeah,
But if it was we had disaster drills, tornadoes,
Yep.
yeah.
twisters.
Yeah.
And they'd make you go out in the hall. All of our schools were big buildings, not like these little kind of like separate buildings. that you see
Bungalows?
in
Yes.
California. It was
Yeah.
just big buildings, long halls. And you'd go out and you'd sit on the floor facing the wall, facing the lockers. You'd pull your head down over like that and kiss your ass goodbye. I never understood the logic in getting down and exposing your spine to falling bricks and concrete.
Or your O-ring. Who wants, flying shrapnel coming right there?
It made no sense to me.
Doesn't
but
make sense to
That's what we did.
Wait, you didn't have,
Basement?
corn cellars get in the.
Not in
We had
the
those in our
schools.
house, but not in our schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have no basements in the schools. No, they just send you out in the halls.
Yeah.
No, my mom's from Nebraska.
Yeah.
And she, as a kid, get in the cellar.
Yeah.
And she said you would feel it. The air would get she goes, it would stop. it would be windy, and then it would stop, and the air would get really like sticky and prickly, and you'd start to feel the static charge in the air.
Oh, wow. That's
and then
crazy.
before you knew it,
Everyone's got some fantasy horror stories about tornadoes. I love in Twister where the tornado could growl. That was, it was hiding behind a hill.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a mean tornado. Well, we had earthquake here today.
yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't feel a thing.
I felt it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. My dog, though, you know, I saw on Facebook, people were like, my dog warned me ahead of time.
The animals know.
Yeah. I'm like, my dog, halfway through it, lifted her head up and just looked like, we good? And then went right back to sleep.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything.
What, do you guys believe that?
Animals?
The animals
I believe
know ahead
have
of time?
I believe animals have tricks. How do animals know when a seizure's coming?
Yeah.
Right.
They
I
can
don't know
smell
what-
cancer.
I don't know. I don't know what their trick is. But since we don't have those skills, I have something for you.
Okay.
Have you seen the earthquake bed?
No.
I saw it just by happenstance today, the earthquake bed. Now, if you're in bed and this thing happens, it might not wake you up, and then shit starts caving in
Okay.
on you.
Yeah.
Here is the miracle life-saving earthquake bed. Check this out.
Paramount.
This was a bad one.
That's a really bad one.
Imagine a bed that not only promises comfort, but also ensures your survival during an earthquake. Introducing the revolutionary earthquake-proof bed, a marvel of engineering designed to protect you when the ground beneath your feet becomes unstable. Crafted with precision, this bed detects seismic
my
activity
God.
within seconds. As tremors begin, the bed's intelligent sensors spring into action. The mattress gently lowers you into a fortified compartment below, shielded by reinforced steel and shock-absorbing materials. Above you, the bed's frame closes, creating a secure cocoon that can withstand even the most powerful quakes. Inside this safe haven, you're equipped with essential supplies, water, food, and communication tools to sustain you until help arrives.
Oh my God.
The bed's ventilation system ensures a steady supply of fresh
All right,
air.
that's enough.
While its
We've
padded
seen enough of
interior
that thing.
keeps you
To me, I mean, it just looks like a coffin.
It is a coffin,
How
David.
do you get out? Does it say?
Who knows? Well, it's
You
got
got water.
communication devices. It's like a little string with a tin can on the other.
Okay, so let's say you're on the 5th floor of a 6-story building in your earthquake bed, aka coffin,
Yeah.
and the floors below you give out. You are.
Yeah.
It's like when people find old safes and they don't know how to open them up, and they just go drop them from a building.
20 years later, Geraldo Rivera will find you.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. You know, my fear is the way my husband snores at night, we'd be like going
Yeah.
into the earthquake bed all the time.
I had never seen such a thing. I didn't know that thing even existed. That's
That
a
is
steel
amazing.
vault.
Yeah.
With
No.
no exit.
No, I
I mean, with the way those doors are closing, is what if you sit up and the doors can
Can decapitate you.
your problems are over, I guess. Good Lord.
That is amazing.
I'd never seen that.
I think we need to buy one.
I'm so happy that the women of what do they call? I forget what they were calling the lady astronauts today. Katy Perry and Lauren Sanchez and Gail King. They all took off. The crew,
Yeah.
as they call themselves, of Blue Origin. I was crew on an elevator going up to Mr. A's this weekend for dinner. It was pretty exciting. I did my job. I stood there, which I'm pretty sure was the exact same job that Gail King and Katy Perry had. Those women, make no mistake, the preparations for this all-female astronaut crew, 99% of it, I think 1% was, you stand there.
Yeah.
The other 99% was, does this blue suit, do I look like the Go-Go's going into space?
I think it was the airship Mensis.
Oh my
they,
God.
It's Blue Origin, sir.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, is it lost? Is it only me? Why is that thing shaped like a penis?
Okay, I thought that
you.
at
Thank
first,
you.
but then I was like, it actually looks like a tampon.
Okay.
It does, and I'm like, they did that on purpose.
It's no Saturn V. Saturn V were the Apollo rockets. Apollo 11 and 17 all the way up to the moon. Coolest rocket ever in humankind.
12 stories high.
Yeah, I mean, the rockets that we have now, I have to admit, the Elon rocket that comes down and gets caught by the chopsticks, that is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool, but it's not a cool look. Nothing beats the Saturn V rocket for looks.
No, even the space shuttle. It's just a rocket plane.
The shuttle, I would give them second place just because it does cool tricks. It can fly and rocket, but anyway, they're safe.
Oh, good.
And the nation catches its breath.
How much do you think Bezos was kind of hoping it wasn't going to come back?
My God.
Just a little?
I think he's crazy about her. I really do. I don't get him trying to.
She's so young.
What? No.
In dog years, or what do you? Yeah. So yeah, they went up, they did their thing, they came down, and all's good.
Okay, so
That's great.
fill me in here. They launched.
Yes.
Did they get to zero gravity?
Yes.
And then they came back.
Yeah. There's some sort of line. There's an imaginary line up there. It's named after some scientist who.
It's the
discovered it.
Van Allen belt.
I don't know.
No, I hear why.
But there is a line, and once you cross that line, you are considered in outer space.
Okay.
So they got just far enough to cross that, experienced weightlessness, and then came down, parachuted down into the desert.
I think when you would fly in the Concorde, that they'd get up to the part where you kind of see, like it got a little dark up there.
Yeah.
Not the arc.
Sky looking a little bit weird.
Just a little bit type of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I could give a crap. And everybody that I saw, like the articles and stuff, no one cared.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Right. Well, CBS is going to make a big deal out of it because Gayle King went. And Oprah was there and wept openly, but everything was okay. They made it back. The crew.
Okay.
so do they call themselves astronauts now?
Why not? I would. If I had done that, I fucking call myself an astronaut.
If you went into space.
Damn right. Me and Buzz Aldrin, astronauts. Buzz, how you doing? You're damn right.
Dave.
Yep.
Buzz.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Katy
right.
Perry. Katy Perry did
Katy
not
Perry.
equate.
The bigger question is, would you go if you had the opportunity? You're Jeff Bezos' friend. You want to go?
Of course. Absolutely.
You're a
Nope.
no way.
I am
Scared?
No, hell no.
Is it fear that the rocket's going to, challenge
Yes.
her and blow up and all that kind of stuff? Or?
Yes, that's one fear. The other fear is I am claustrophobic, so I would be not good with that. I'd be so uncomfortable. But yeah, no, I have zero desire for that.
Have you fly on a plane?
Yeah.
Are you a good flyer?
Yeah, I'm okay because I've done it so many times.
Yeah.
But this seems like it's like so tiny in there, and the way, from what I've seen of videos of previous flights
Yeah.
and stuff, that no.
How about a helicopter? You fly on that?
I have, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it.
How'd you like the video of that helicopter flying over the Hudson this week where, for whatever reason, the tail snapped off? And when that happened, the rotor said, well, I'm out of here.
Can you?
And so all it was just the cab
Lead balloon.
of these people coming down, upside down.
Oh God. Like,
And I have to think, this poor family, this is a family of, was it 5?
yeah.
Husband and wife, 3 little kids. One of them's having a birthday. They decide we're going to go for a little helicopter ride for fun. And I don't know why, but I can see in my head as that cab is upside down and the tail's going that way and the rotor's going that way, the wife just looking at her husband upside down going, oh, it's safe. It's safe. Right.
You
I
said-
told you.
Mr. Apocalypse now.
Yeah.
You happy now, Mr. Right Stuff?
I can only.
You're not Chuck Yeager.
I can only hope that they dropped at a fast enough rate where they passed out. But I don't know if they were high enough to.
No.
Yeah, they were that high.
They weren't doing re-entry into space. They were just dropping out of the sky.
Wishful thinking. So they were completely coherent the whole time until.
God.
It's possible that their guardian angels might have reached in and snatched him out before death, like in that, what was that Warren Beatty movie?
Heaven help us?
Heaven Can
No,
Wait.
Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven Can Wait.
That's right.
It would be nice if that happened.
Yeah.
Poor people.
Yeah, that was awful. That is a horrible fear.
The only thing that you could scour anywhere to come up with at least they were all together. That's the only thing I could come up where there wasn't like some young kid who was left behind, or it was just the mom by herself and the rest of the family went on the trip. They were all together.
Yeah.
Not feeling it.
Oof.
I'm just trying to,
No.
Okay.
Awful stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Awful stuff.
Nonetheless.
Listen, the president, and I hate to even say his name because all you have to do is say his name, and everybody on Facebook is like, I fucking never listen to your show again. Okay? I got it.
I'm here for you people. I'm good.
I got it. I mean, I started to look at Facebook comments. My wife said, what'd you say about Trump? Because people are like, I'm never going to listen to your show again. I said, we didn't even talk about him. And it's like, oh, we talked about him when we were talking with our partner, Brent Wilsey, about the tariffs and stuff. So all we had to do was say, President Trump did, I hate your show.
God.
So anyway, regardless of that, the president did do a presidential thing, a legislation thing, and we're going to talk about that after we visit with Brent Wilsey,
Gotcha.
Our partner here on the Dave Rickards podcast.
Awesome.
I want you to know that Wilsey Asset Management is helping us with every aspect of our financial lives, from individual and joint accounts to our 401ks, our education funds, our IRAs, everything. We want to invest wisely, and when we invest with Wilsey Asset Management, we're in good shape. We're in very good shape. Just click on smartinvesting2000.com. So let's connect via Zoom with Brent Wilsey. Last time we talked last week, it's been a roller coaster. The tariffs are on, the tariffs are off.
Yeah.
They're on, they're off.
Yeah. Yep.
What does it mean? I don't know, but Brent Wilsey always does. Brent, it's great to see you. Good afternoon. Please tell me, what kind of situation are we who are invested in the stock market in today?
You're in a very difficult situation because the information changes daily. And that's part of the problem, is that you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You make a decision today, and it could be a different decision tomorrow. So it comes back to, again, I said this last week, I say this all the time. You cannot worry about the short term, because what's going to happen is you're going to make poor decisions. You have to make sure you've got investments that are on sale, priced well, and then also can handle the fluctuation. That's the most important part, because if you're trying to play this game, again, last week was a good example. I talked about the volatility. You probably lost out pretty bad.
Well, I'm going to give you a personal example of how I think it is critical that you have an operation like Wilsey Asset Management in your life. Many years ago, I'm going to say it was like around 95 or so, I bought this stock. It was for a product that I loved, and I couldn't convince my friends, this is the way to go. They were all like, no, man, I like IBM, I like DOS, I like this. And I was like, I really like these Apple computers. And so I bought some stock because it was so easy to use.
Yes.
It was so easy to work on. So I said, this thing's going to take off. So I bought some, and it just went down, 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 down. And I finally said, you know what? It's time to sell this shitty stock.
Oh, no.
It's a fruit.
And the next day, Steve Jobs is like, here's the iPhone, here's the iPod, here's the Apple Watch, everything. So I sold Apple at the bottom. And I'm sure, had I been friends with Brent Wilsey at the time, he might have said, maybe you would have advised me to hold off on that. I'm hoping that you would have anyway.
Just slightly.
And what we would be looking at is, back then, and we've held Apple, made a lot of money off Apple. We think it's too expensive now. I'll talk more about that in a minute here. But what I would have looked at saying, okay, well, how much is Apple spending on research and development? What is their profits? Do they have profits? How are their sales doing? What are we paying for those sales? Do they have too much debt? I mean, all of these things, you have to realize when you're buying a stock, you're doing nothing more than buying a small piece of a large company. And if you went out and bought the local 7-Eleven and you found out that you were paying 100 times earnings, or it would take you 100 years to get back what you pay for those earnings, you probably wouldn't buy that 7-Eleven. Or you said, gee, I can recoup my money here in 10 years. Maybe that's a good deal. So that's what I looked at for you, Dave. I looked at the numbers on the company, did a full analysis, which, by the way, we spend 10, 15 hours, 20 hours understanding the financial statements, the business. Again, I talk about R&D, all these different things, saying, are we buying a good business? And where will this be 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road?
And I want to remind you of 3 critical things with Brent Wilsey and his great team. You've seen Brent and his son Chase on TV with their commercials. I want to remind you 3 things about this team. Number 1, Forbes magazine says they're the best in California. Number 2, what? I beg your pardon?
17th, not the best. We're not number 1. We're trying.
The
We're
number
17th.
1 absolute A+ best in California. That's what I read. Number 2, they are a fiduciary, which most advisors are not.
This is huge.
And again, Brent, remind us what the advantage is of having you as our fiduciary.
A fiduciary. I cannot understand why somebody deals with a broker who's not a fiduciary, because what it means, or a fiduciary, has to do what's best for the client, not best for us. As opposed to you and a broker, they don't have to do what's best for you. They have a lower standard. So why would you go to somebody that doesn't have to do the best for you? I never get why somebody would go to a non-fiduciary advisor.
And that right there has me sold.
Yep.
And third, when you click on smartinvesting2000.com and you connect with Brent and his team, you're going to be treated to a no obligation, no charge, sit-down discussion. So what have you to lose?
Nothing.
Well, quite a bit, actually, potentially, if you don't take advantage of this.
There you go.
So let's do that today. It's a common sense, transparent, educational approach to investment strategies, equipping our clients to have the peace of mind necessary to make the right financial decisions. I've made bad ones on my own, and I won't do it again. I invest wisely. Invest with Will C Asset Management, smartinvesting2000.com. Brent, thank you so much for being with us today here.
Nice.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Oh, I meant to ask if there's any stock available for earthquake bed today. I want to corner the market on earthquake bed.
I will buy it.
Dave, I look at how many deaths are associated with the product. And if there's a lot, I'm going to advise you not to buy the product, type of thing.
Well, here we are once again at the lush Loft 100 Studios. Loft100studios.com is our website here where Sully has us out to do the Dave Rickards podcast every day. We have Jared Coleman in the studio pressing the buttons today.
Actually here.
Yeah.
Actually here.
Awesome.
Not just calling it in from home.
There he is. There he is.
Beautiful
nice
man.
looking fella.
There he is.
Nice looking fella.
Best in the business.
Running that piano out there. Christy Castillo, our assistant executive producer, is doing bachelorette things this weekend.
Yeah, painting the town red in Sin City.
I think that's great. Congratulations to her. Hollywood is here.
Yep.
Our floor director, Jason Banks. Miles East does our graphics. Christian Sieber and Curtis Medevich do everything else that these fellas don't do, and we're grateful to have everybody here today at loft100studios.com. Thank you for being here with us. So I promised you some details about new presidential action from President Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important stuff. We've got our shower heads back. Did you hear?
No.
He got the shower heads back. It's a good thing. And you would have loved it as he was signing it.
Oh, God.
Because you know the shower heads are so low flow now. It's like a camel standing over you just dribbling.
Okay.
I want a car wash.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to stand in a car wash.
Right.
And so I needed new shower heads, and I found on Amazon these shower heads that I wanted for my house. They're about the size of a Buick hubcap. They got 9,000 little rivets in there shooting water out. I'm like, click on that, send me those. And they're like, great. Oh, where do you live,
Yeah.
California?
Oh, don't you hate that?
Yes.
Sucks to be you, pal.
God.
So I got to do this stupid thing where I mail them to my friends in free states, and then they mail them to me.
I might have done that before.
Oh, I do this all the
Yeah.
time when things are illegal here. But the
Right.
president has undone this. He's made it so we're not going to have these concerns anymore.
Okay.
And so I wondered, and you know, I like this. I like when Congress, the Senate, the president, the mayor,
Yeah.
anybody, the governor, when they do something that means something to me.
Yeah.
Okay? We're working on Gaza today. Okay, great.
Yeah.
We're working on tariffs today. Okay, whatever.
Thank you.
Can you make it so that no one will call me on my phone trying to sell me
Yes.
a lemon-scented football anymore?
Yes. Yep.
Or so that Carl DeMaio doesn't call me begging for a vote?
Son of a bitch.
I'll tell you what, if you're a politician and you text me or you call me,
Yeah.
I don't care if you're my dad running for office, you just lost my vote. You fucking bother me and you're not invited because these politicians, you know, on iPhones,
Yeah.
you have a button you can press that says, if I don't recognize your phone number, you are instantly banished to the phantom zone.
Yeah.
Politicians get to sidestep that,
Which
which is bullshit.
it is
Yeah.
total bullshit.
Total
Why?
bullshit.
Yeah.
But I would like to see the President of the United States, let's just go to the top, the executive branch, make it illegal for cold calls.
Yeah.
Sales cold calls. Have you ever been, yeah, hello? Oh my God, I'm so glad you called me.
Yeah.
I have been dying to find that new soap or whatever the hell
Sign me
they're.
up.
I was just telling the
Ever.
family at our dinner table, I really hope that so-and-so calls me, and my God, you did.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And I mean literally one time. Has anyone ever called you on the phone on a cold call and you're like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
No. It's like, ring, hello, silence, beep, beep. Fuck you.
Totally.
I just,
Make that illegal.
yeah.
Make shower heads and make that illegal.
Yeah.
I will try to do my best foreign accent from a country that doesn't exist, and I'll say something like, oh yeah, and I just keep on saying it, and then they start thinking, ooh, I got a hot one,
Yeah.
you know, type of thing, and I always do it to see how long I can keep on the phone, and then cut them off.
Do you have just a personal gripe that you think most of the world agrees with, that you would like the president just to go bibbity bobbity gone?
I have two.
Let's hear 'em.
So it's very similar to your shower head thing, but the LED lights.
Yeah.
Like our ceiling lights, we spent so much money with dimmers and stuff, and now I know you can get them like a nicer color, but before you could, did what you had to do. I would order them and ship them to my family, and then they would send them back out to me, because there's like these beautiful, you know, yellow kind of lighting, and then these bright ass white lights.
Yeah,
that
they're
you're like,
nasty.
this doesn't go.
Operation Room
So
Lights.
Right.
I don't know if that's been taken care of, but I agree with that. And the other one is daylight savings. Get it done with.
Well done,
I'm done.
Shauna.
I'm done with it.
Right. Let's not change our clocks anymore.
Yeah.
Let's be done with that.
I love going off of daylight savings times in the fall. I like when it gets dark earlier.
You do.
Well, it's going to get dark earlier.
Yeah.
It just does it very gradually instead of bang by
Yeah.
an hour in one day.
Yeah.
There was one?
It's a
Okay.
thing that the Earth does.
Really?
Yes. It has this little trick, but it does it slowly instead of bang.
You haven't noticed that?
Okay, maybe I'm coming around on this technology.
Well, I'll tell you.
No, I do.
I'll tell you what Shauna's plan would do, which I would love, is it would prohibit people from coming in. So spring forward is the rough one.
Yeah.
Fall back, the one you talk about.
Get an
people
hour.
Get extra hour sleep. But spring forward, that Monday when people come into work and they're swinging from the ropes, I can't make it. I can't make it. 1 hour.
Exactly.
1 hour you can't make it.
Exactly.
Right,
and
right.
these people will carry on for a week.
Yes.
I'm still not used to it.
Yes.
Jesus, I was going to take you to Paris this week, but I don't think you're up for an 8-hour change, let alone one.
Exactly.
So that-
I'm with you on that.
So daylight savings time, if we just made it standard time,
Yeah.
like where we are right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
we're getting more of a day, correct? We're getting more daylight as
Well,
it gets
in
later.
the summer, the days are longer.
Longer.
And in the winter, they're shorter. And it
Okay.
just goes, it's gradual.
gradual,
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it, because in the summertime when I mean, how many people are sitting around their cocktail table in the backyard? I guarantee everybody does it once a summer. Holy shit, can you believe it's 8:35 and it's still light out?
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock and it's still light out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be down with
I
that.
thought we voted on it in California.
We did, but
And
it's stuck in frickin' appropriations or
So
whatever.
then make this a federal thing.
So you would like President Trump if he did that for you?
No.
You would like it if you would like him to do it for you, though.
I would like him to do it for me, but I would not like him.
I just have one, David. The Monday after Super Bowl,
Yeah.
national holiday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
National holiday.
You need that?
That I do need. The daylight savings time, spring forward, hey, go to bed an hour earlier on Sunday night before the day, okay? Or that Monday, go to bed an hour earlier to regain that hour you feel like you're lost.
Yeah.
But I think if he wanted to run for a third term,
Oh, God.
you make the Monday after Super Bowl national holiday.
And suddenly there'll be a new amendment to the Constitution. You can have a third term, Mr. President.
Yes.
That would be mine. I'm sure there's a lot more important, but yeah, that would.
Well, speaking of politicians,
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders headlining at Coachella this weekend. Man, that festival has gone downhill.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy
Bernie
shit.
out there
He sucks.
livened up the festivities with a speech about how everything in the world sucks. Now, everything sucks. Everything sucks. I mean, I used to love when Larry David would come out on Saturday Night Live with an armful of loose papers, like an old history teacher, and
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin coming out and doing Trump. I mean, that was good stuff.
Right.
That was funny stuff. But Bernie in real life, he's just everything. There isn't a single thing that's good right now. Everything sucks, including global warming and fossil fuels. And I'm wondering, how did Bernie get to India
Yeah,
in the first place?
totally.
Did you walk?
Of course he did.
Totally.
No, he took his Segway and stopped at Tesla charging stations everywhere.
Does anyone stop to ask these questions? I mean, he's out there screaming at these Coachella people about fossil fuels. And it's like, well, how are you getting back to Vermont? Is Glinda taking you in the bubble? What the fuck, buddy?
Well, that used to be the great thing about John Kerry, flying to all the points of the world to talk about the fact that the climate crisis and the polar ice cap is melting, and by 2020 we're going to be out of whatever.
Oh,
and
Miami's underwater.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's doing it like on a G6.
Yeah.
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 There's more plastic in his face than the Indian Ocean. Okay.
But the other thing is, he's talking to people who sat in a traffic jam
Thank you.
for hours
Oh,
Yeah.
just
to get in there, telling
breathe
them
in the
about
fumes. Yeah. He flew in on a private plane.
He came in on a helicopter.
Oh, stop.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he flew in on a private plane, then switched to a
Yeah.
helicopter and landed backstage. Are you kidding me? Of course he did.
Yeah, the guy who also owns 3 or 4 homes, and wealth is bad and things like that.
Yeah.
Fuck them all.
I used to think, I really used to think that Bernie was a kind of an old school holdout, I'm going to the end kind of politician where I'm for the people. I mean, he wasn't necessarily all the stuff that I'm for,
Yeah.
but I got the feeling that he cared.
Yeah.
He
lunch
cared about
pail.
his issues and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the guy just likes being famous now. I think he just likes being in the
Like he
limelight.
made a turn. Yeah, I agree with that. Because here's the thing. Most of the people at Coachella are probably on the same page as him, so he's preaching to the choir, which is why do you need to
Which is a dumb
that?
place to preach.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
a dumb place to preach.
But what about the prices at Coachella? It kind of is not saying that it was ever that Woodstock music love vibe. I mean, obviously the people who put Coachella on want to make a buck, but the prices for what you pay to go to it,
Yeah.
so it doesn't mesh with Bernie's message about wealth and everybody should be a communist.
Someone had taken a picture and put it on Instagram. It was 4 tacos and a drink and some cheese thing, and it was $120.
Score.
$120 for one person's lunch.
Yeah. See, that's.
I need to get my charcuterie
Well, no,
carts
you
out.
do.
Yeah, right?
And there's people that will justify it by saying, well, shit, it's only once a year.
I don't care what people do with their money.
Yeah.
What do I care? Go
Exactly.
blow it. Have fun. Go to Vegas. Do whatever you want. Who
Yeah.
cares?
But if you're Bernie Sanders, again, it's like, dude.
he doesn't want
wrong.
people to be rich.
Yeah, doesn't. Not
Yeah.
at all.
Well, that's socialism.
Yeah.
He wants a nice even spread of the wealth going out. And that's just not.
How fun to go there and see him.
I can't help it. I'm a capitalist. And
Exactly.
everything sucks. Everything sucks, like my friend AOC says. It just all sucks. Do you guys care? I mean, you guys go out to nice dinner from time to time.
Yep.
Do you care about a dress code?
I do. Some restaurants I do.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a dress code in your place?
No.
And the charcutes.
No.
So, can someone walk in shirtless into your store?
Guy or a girl.
Donald Trump walks in shirtless.
You're president.
Okay, if Donald Trump walked in shirtless to my place, I am taking pictures and
right, yeah.
blasting that out like
Where
marketing.
did both his nipples were pierced too?
They probably are.
Yeah, I mean, do you care at all about a dress code?
I think that there's yes, I do actually.
Let me ask you this. If there's a dress code, and you know there's a dress code, and so you say, all right, I'm going to put on something a little nicer than maybe my hoodie. I'm going to put on like maybe my social studies professor V-neck sweater today.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going to make the effort to meet their thing.
Sure.
And then you get there, and there's a bunch of bums and slobs in there.
That
I don't like that.
bums me.
No, I don't either. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't either. It used.
Nobu Restaurant in Malibu says this is their dress code, and I don't think it's that tough of an achievement.
Okay.
Generally smart/business casual. This means jeans are acceptable, just not torn jeans.
Dirty.
And flip-flops. We don't want flip-flops, even though it's Malibu, okay?
I agree.
Okay.
Let's take a look at Sean Penn
Okay.
on his recent visit to Nobu. Yeah. Yep.
Straight from Syria. Good
Oh
Lord.
God.
Seriously. What?
I think straight from Quickie Lube. Look at those pants. Look at that.
That's
I mean, the guy is a bum.
crazy.
Look how dirty his fingernails and stuff.
Everything about him is just gross, and that's him. That's him at Nobu. Because he's Sean Penn.
Yeah.
See.
Well, at least he doesn't have flip-flops on, right?
What
Hard
the
to know.
hell? What?
I'm very anti flip-flop. For men. Women can wear flip-flops all day. When I see men wearing flip-flops, I hate them.
Are you a flopper? What about the summertime on the beach or the boardwalk? Going.
I might change my mind, but that's not where I am. I'm
Really?
rarely at the beach. Rarely.
Oh, okay.
More often than not, I'm at Costco or wherever or at Sinopolis.
Okay.
And here comes
Okay.
Claude in flip-flops, and it bugs me so much. You lazy slob, put on a sock and a shoe. You're not a girl. You're just a bum. Just stop with your gross display of I can barely get myself dressed today. I've got enough energy to slide my foot into a 10-cent piece of plastic. Ugh.
Where are you with guys wearing socks with flip-flops?
I don't like guys with flip-flops.
Okay.
Forget about the socks. It would be an improvement.
Oh,
I don't
do
want to
you
look
do
at your
that?
hideous feet.
Hell no.
I don't
I'm
want
asking for a friend.
I don't want to see their hideous feet, nothing. Girls can do it. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but I don't think flip-flops on guys in the right situation is bad.
Only the beach. That's it.
Okay.
I see them walking around, especially guys who dress nicely and then add flip-flops. It's like,
Well, that's a
idiot.
little off-putting. Sure.
What about sandals? Like one of our friends. I think you know who I'm talking about. Epic.
Oh.
Who wears slide-in sandals.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a good pair of Hirachis.
Put shoes on.
Okay. But see, summertime at the Costa household, 99.9% of the time, I'm in flip-flops.
In your house, I don't see the hideous crimes against humanity that are going on, so you can do whatever you want. You're king of your house.
Okay.
When we're out in public,
Yeah.
subjecting my poor eyes to it, that's when
He's
I
going to judge.
will judge.
Okay.
So
Harsh.
you go to Costco with your flip-flops on. And
I
you
judge
carry your
harsh.
cart the wrong way.
Okay, you know what I love to do?
And they're shuffling along because they can't pick up their lazy feet. God.
This might gross you out a little bit, but I love going into the dairy section in flip-flops
gross.
and then taking your feet out of your flip-flops and just on the cold floor.
What's your body temperature? What's the matter with you? What is going on over there? What are you
I
running
run
at
hot. I
You're
run
running at
hot.
110 or
I know,
something?
as I sit here in our studio wearing a hoodie.
Menopause.
Yeah,
Can you have your
maybe.
adrenals checked? What's going on over there?
I love. Okay, so I'm kind of a flip-flopper during the summer.
I'm sure you are.
We wouldn't be able to hang. You'd be like, nope,
Right.
Oscar,
Yeah. No.
Tony Randall there,
I don't do it.
Jack Klugman over here.
I'm not down for it. I ran into another frustration, another restaurant frustration
Okay.
about this. Do you guys know Salt and Straw? Did we talk about Salt and Straw
Yeah,
last week?
yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My distaste with people who have to taste the ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I found no love when I was talking about that with my family. They dismissed me as a crabby old man.
Sorry. There are some restaurants in New York City where there is no gray area. You don't have a blazer on.
Yeah.
You can go over there right there and rent a blazer for that hat check person. Or if you don't have one on, you're not coming in the restaurant. And I appreciate that in finer eating establishments.
It does bum me out though, because what was that restaurant that you told me to go to for our anniversary in La Jolla?
Oh, Manhattan.
Manhattan. So we got
Great
all
steakhouse.
dressed up like it was our anniversary, and we
Ate it.
walked in and
Yep.
we were like, "What do we dress up for?"
Sure.
Because there's guys in flip flops,
Hoodies.
and
Yeah, yeah.
hoodies, and
Laker tank tops.
Yes.
That's what I like. When
That's what
guys
you
walk
get.
in wearing literally nothing but a tank top
Right.
that says Kobe on it.
Yep.
Their body hair is hanging out, and they got their hat on sideways,
Yeah, yeah.
like they're Lil Drizzy or whoever the fuck. I don't know. It just
No, and I think the restaurants now, like George's in La Jolla, George's at the Cove was one of my favorite all-time restaurants. But then they changed the menu, and then they really got slack on the dress code.
they had to.
Because you're right.
They had
Thank
to.
you. Because it does not matter where the money is coming from, as long as the money's coming either from the buttoned-up guy in the blazer or little Jizzy in his Kobe.
Well, the generations are moving, and kids these days
Yeah.
don't want to dress up, and so they don't want to lose the business.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. You got to keep the
have
doors open.
Well, then don't make a dress code. Don't announce it. Don't say business casual, and then let some slob
Yeah,
like Sean
totally.
Penn show up in his greasy pants.
Totally. So gross. The little stubby cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
It's like, dude, come on. You're
BO and camels.
Oh.
You know that's all you're getting out of that guy.
oh
BO and an ashtray full of camels.
yeah, yeah.
What's your feeling on charities? Do you give to charity?
There is.
The American Who's It's Association, maybe it's near and dear to your heart. Are you going to write a check for $100 to the American Heart Association, American Cancer Society, something like that?
No.
No.
When the Chargers were here, our good buddy Bill Johnston, director of public relations for the team, he had his Shoot for the Cure for the Huntington's Disease Society of San Diego. His wife was afflicted with it. Unfortunately, she passed away. But every year he'd have the Shoot for the Cure. And Chainsaw, your former radio partner at KGB, myself and Brian Wilson, our good buddy, the three of us would MC it. And we'd spend 12 hours on a Saturday, whatever. That's how I give back to, I find a charity, I just give back with my time.
You work for
your
it.
I work
talent.
for it,
Yeah.
with my emceeing talent.
That's nice. They need money.
I know.
They got to have money. And for years on the radio show that I had here in San Diego, we would make a best of CD at the end of the year. We made 4 movies.
Yeah.
We made a lot of money on those movies. And we promised our audience that if you buy our movie, we're going to give the money back to our audience when they're in need. And so there were a couple times where we had made enough money on our movies that we could give away $1,000 every single day for a year. So we would just solicit to people who's having a hard time paying their bills today, who's going to get evicted because the rent hasn't been paid, something like that. And we would give these people $1,000 straight from us, straight to the victim or person with the need, straight to it. And we made sure that the audience who bought our product heard the recipient, heard the gratitude.
Yep.
That motivated people more than anything. When they would hear the recipients getting that money, that made them go, I'm glad I bought that movie. I thought the movie sucked, but I feel good about helping out someone who's having a worse day than me.
Sure.
So we made that as transparent as possible for a lot of reasons. It was just good radio. It was a good thing to do. It was good for people. Everybody enjoyed it. Well, other charities we know, you write a check, you send it off in the mail, then who knows what happens.
Right.
And you've heard the horror stories about how there's these fat cats sitting behind oak desks and they're taking down huge salaries and whatnot. Well, the Tampa Bay Times did an investigation about charities, how much they collect, how much goes to the charity, how much ultimately gets into the hands of the people they claim to be helping. And they came, you're already shaking your head. You don't like this.
No, because I can just, I love the topic, but I can just imagine the administrative costs.
Well, actually, that's not it.
No.
That's not the cost. The cost is paying the people who raise the money, the solicitors, the people who call you up and say, Mike, we need money at the Help a Friend, da-da-da-da-da. So you say, all right, I'll give you $100. Well, the person who called you up and got that $100 has to get paid. And that's where most...
That's ridiculous.
It's a waste of time and money.
I thought they were volunteers it called.
No, not a good solicitor.
Wow.
Good solicitors get paid. Check this out. For the 50 worst charities in America, 50 worst, what percentage would you guess ends up, of the whole nut that charity ABC collects, what percentage goes to help the person on their list?
I'll say 35%.
Okay, only because of the setup, I'm going to say 20.
almost 4%.
Stop it.
3 something, like 3.8%. Yeah.
That's criminal.
Oh,
That's criminal.
holy shit.
Kids Wish Network is #1 on the list. Not to be confused with Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish.
Those people are pretty good.
Yeah, they rock it.
They do a good job in terms of like the investigation of the money. When they'll do a forensic audit of them, the money that they collect, sure, there's an operating cost involved, but a lot of it goes to help out kids. They do good. That's Make-A-Wish. This is Kids Wish Network.
Okay.
And over a decade, they collected $110 million. They gave away 2.5% of that to kids in their wishes.
Oh my God.
Other big offenders were Cancer Fund of America, giving 0.9
Oh,
of
God.
1% to victims. Survivors and Victims Empowered gave 0%.
What?
And Black Lives Matter Global Network, which raised $90 million in 1 year,
Yeah.
now has spent more than they even collected and faced bankruptcy. That's how poorly managed they are. The money started pouring in, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, what if we go buy a house in Rancho Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Oh, mansions are a good investment.
Now facing bankruptcy.
But is that not criminal? Like, if you know what I'm saying, like with Black Lives and with the one before that.
Yeah, I think it's all the way that your corporation is set up, obviously, but still, it's. I mean, to collect all that money and then to give away 0 of it.
Yeah.
That's
fraud.
yeah.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I only give where I can see my money directly going to the people that it helps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that most of the charities out there where you write a check, send it in the mail, I'm sure they're on the up and up. But there's just enough out there that make me cautious enough that I want to, and it's not too much for me to ask. I want to see it go to
Yeah.
the right person.
Right.
Man, so who was back to when you guys would give it away on the KGB? Who was your gatekeeper? Were you just as a team, or was it?
We had a committee.
You
There
did
were
have a
two or
committee.
three of
Okay.
us. There
All
were
right.
2 or 3 of us, and
All right.
you know, towards the end, we ended up having to vet people on Facebook and make sure that they were legit.
Totally.
Because, you know,
No.
and some would get through. We would find out later that week. People would call and say, hey, that person you gave $1,000 to, they're totally bullshitting you. And it's a drag.
It is a drag.
It's a drag when it happens.
Shysters are everywhere.
I have a little contest for you two. We started out talking about movies here today.
Yes.
Let's go.
And we're going to finish the Dave Rickards podcast talking about movies.
Okay.
You guys know famous movie lines. Let me test you on them.
I'm really bad at this.
You're going to be really good.
Not as bad as Mike last week, but I'm still bad.
That was
Wales.
geography.
Wales.
That was just general
Wales is a
knowledge.
country with a W.
Do you know the line, I could have been someone. I could have had class instead of being a bum, which is what I am. I could have been a contender.
Yeah.
It's sort of familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so AFI, the American Film Institute, has come up with a list of the greatest movie famous lines of them all. And that one is from On the Waterfront.
Okay.
Marlon.
Yeah.
And Brando, exactly. And AFI has come up with the famousest of all the movie lines.
Famousest. Okay.
And I'm going to give you the line.
Okay.
And all you have to do is tell me
Yeah.
the name of the character.
Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
shoot.
Not
He's
the
gonna
movie
win.
star.
No.
He's gonna
I want the
win.
name of the character.
I don't know what Marlon Brando's character's name was.
Terry. Believe it or not. Well, apparently Carolyn was taken.
Terry.
I'm pretty sure his name was Terry, and Hollywood would know. Hollywood was in On the Waterfront, weren't you?
Yes, he was.
Weren't you his girlfriend in On the Waterfront? Oh, that was Eva Marie Saint. I beg your pardon.
Sorry.
I get you two confused all the time. Sorry. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you played the role of Carl Malden in On the Waterfront. And you were the priest there.
He was the nose.
All right, I'm going to give you the line.
No.
Oh, man, what a curve.
Do we
you've
buzz
run.
in with our names?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to buzz in with your name when you're ready.
Okay.
Give me the name of the character.
Okay.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Costa. Rhett Butler.
That's a point for Mike Costa
Oh,
right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know that?
I did, but
I'll give
I'm
you a
slow.
point if you tell me the name of the movie.
Gone with the Wind.
Point. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
And you're already mad that I gave her a chance to win a point.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right.
Hey, and we're going to get back to our thing here, but I got to say, I'm very happy with what the NFL has done by giving the other team a chance to score now in overtime.
Okay.
I gave Shauna a chance.
All right.
I gave Shauna a chance to score.
Okay.
Yeah, that stupid rule in the NFL.
Yeah.
In overtime, it's like first team to score. It's like because of a coin flip,
Right.
you got to give the other guys a chance.
Okay, I respect that.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Costa.
Yes,
Don Vito Corleone.
that's correct. Shauna, can you name the movie?
Godfather.
Oh, it's 2-2. You don't like it?
No.
You don't like it? I'm doing all the hard work.
Softball.
I
Okay.
told you my brain does not work like this.
All right. All right.
I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Costa.
Costa.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Well, before it was Don Vito Corleone,
Yeah.
so she
Dorothy.
she says her name when she introduces herself to Bubblehead.
I'm Dorothy McGuire.
Did you ever work with her? She was awesome.
Shit.
Do you know Dorothy's last name? Dorothy Gale.
God.
From Kansas. I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
Okay.
I'm sorry I can't give you. In fact, I have to take a point away from you.
Yes.
Can you name the movie?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, she goes way ahead.
Thank you. I like this game now.
Okay. All right. All right.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Costa.
Costa, never gonna get it. Never gonna get
Oh
it.
shit. Steve.
No.
It's Humphrey Bogart.
Yes.
Here's looking at you. His name wasn't Steve.
No.
God damn it. Is it?
It was American Cafe.
Oh shit. Stewart.
How about Rick?
Rick. God dang it.
Rick's American
Yes,
Cafe.
okay,
Rick
sorry.
Lane.
Rick.
You know the movie?
No, don't ask me.
You don't know the
I know
movie?
that no. Mm-mm. I mean, I know what it is.
Okay, that's minus 1,000 points for you.
Okay,
For not
fine.
knowing Casablanca.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Shame.
I told you I blanked
Shame.
out when it comes
Was that
to
Lauren
this.
Bacall opposite him?
No.
Can that be a minus 10,000 points?
It was. Who was opposite him in Casa? Oh, Ingrid. Yeah.
Bergman.
Bergman. Okay.
Have you ever noticed Costa does this to like make himself? Wasn't that Lauren Bacall after he misses it to make make
I
himself
do
look
not.
better?
You mean I've got useless nuggets of information that have that don't get me any points? I knew something.
This will make me sound better.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Make
Costa.
my day.
Harry Callahan.
That's right. Can you name the movie?
Dirty Harry.
Look at you. Okay, so you were minus 1,000 points, so you're back up to negative 999.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It wasn't Dirty Harry. That was.
Oh, I take it back.
Is it Sudden Impact?
He gets both points. It was not Dirty Harry. He's right.
Okay.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Very, very good. I'm going to give you an extra 1,000 points.
Thank
for
you
that
very
one.
much.
Well done. Okay. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Ooh.
Famous line. With your boy, William Holden. I snuck that out before he could bring it. Was it William Holden in that movie? All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Gone. No ideas.
That was Gloria Swanson as Norma Desmond.
Okay.
Sunset
Strip. All right.
No.
I'm going to pass on May the Force Be With You because who didn't say it in Star Wars?
Exactly. All of them did.
Let's go with Fasten Your Seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night. Nah, you guys are going to know that one. I don't think you are. That's a Betty Davis movie, all about Eve.
No.
Never mind that one. How about this one? You talking to me? You talking to me?
Costa.
Yeah. Don't say Robert De Niro because I don't want to hear it.
Fuck. It's Joe Pesci.
No, it isn't.
I know the movie.
It is Robert De Niro.
But I don't know the character.
Oh God.
I think I know the movie.
Talking to me.
Name the movie.
Isn't it Taxi Driver?
Yes, it is.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Uttered by Travis Bickle. Travis Bickle.
Okay.
That's right.
I've never seen that movie though.
Point. You're not missing anything.
Okay.
What we've got here
Costa.
is failure
Oh,
to communicate. Now you got to name the prison warden,
God dang, it's
not Luke.
It's not Luke. It's Strother Martin, who is the actor is, and his name, I'm going to say Warden Gentry.
Captain was his name.
God.
Captain. Have you seen Cool Hand Luke, Shauna?
Oh.
But what's the song? What's the song that starts? Oh, it's the Guns N' Roses song. They use that line at the beginning.
Oh,
of
they do. That's
Civil
right. That's
War.
right.
That I know.
Boy.
Do I get any points for
I
that?
don't know. You just did a Costa. Hey, you know what? Guns N' Roses. They saw that movie one time. Slash
At
and
least I got it right, though. He usually does it.
The late, great Luke Askew, who plays one of the walking bosses, and he makes Paul Newman dig a massive hole
Yeah.
all night long.
Yeah.
And then Paul Newman finishes and he said, boy, what's all that dirt doing in my yard? And he's got to go and he's got to fill it back up. It's just cruel.
Gosh, I feel like I'm watching the movie right now. Okay. Next up, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory. Now, I don't want to hear Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
I want to know the name of the character he played.
Look, it's Apocalypse Now, and it is, I'm going to say it's Captain Harry Winston.
It was Lieutenant Bill Kilgore.
So close.
Can you name the movie?
Yeah, Apocalypse Now.
She got it.
Okay, all right.
How about this one? Love means never having to say you're sorry. No one here, huh? No one? No one saw Love Story?
She vapor locks in the end, right?
I believe she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warren Beatty and Ally McGraw.
How about Ryan O'Neal?
Yeah. Another Costa.
Same thing, you know?
Wasn't that
Can't tell the
Warren Beatty?
difference. Yeah. Ryan O'Neal, who played Oliver Barrett the Fourth.
Dave, you were so quick to just a stamp on my heart on that one. Yeah. How about Ryan?
Charles Emerson Winchester the Third. They're looking at the little black statue. Someone says, "What is it?" And he says, "It's the stuff that dreams are made of." And this actor has been on already today, played by Humphrey Bogart.
Sam Spade.
That's it, Sam
Maltese
Spade.
Falcon.
Can't give you the point, you didn't buzz in. Would you like to make a guess?
Yeah. It was Sam Spade.
Oh,
Nice.
jeez.
You know the name of the movie?
Maltese Falcon.
Wow, you got both points. That was well
Thank
done.
you.
You're coming up.
Thank you.
Worst game show ever.
Best.
E.T.
Ever.
Phone Home.
Shauna.
This one's easy.
Shauna.
Shauna,
E.T.
E.T. said it. Well done. Can you name the movie, though?
E.T.
Well, oh, it's a runaway. It's a runaway. You know, you started out so strong. You're kind of like
Like I'm in North Korea.
kind of like Bryson DeChambeau at the Masters this weekend, and then
Oh my God.
you watch poor Bryson this weekend.
Oh, dude.
I was rooting for the man.
Were you really?
Oh yeah, I like Bryson DeChambeau a lot.
I actually loved everybody on that leaderboard, and when Rory McIlroy misses the winning putt on 18
Again.
again, and I'm thinking to myself, no, dude, you can't. This is Greg Norman-esque collapse.
Yeah.
But then, one of the best ever.
We don't have to tell you about the Masters. I know you were glued all.
Well, yeah.
How many
I would
days?
go
How
out
many
to
days?
a restaurant and
How many days do they play the Masters?
4.
Well,
Nice.
look at you. You got that tough ET question, and you got the Masters.
I feel really smart right now.
I'll give you a couple more here.
Please.
Rosebud.
Costa.
Costa.
And his name, of course, it's Orson Welles, but his name was Charles Foster Kane,
Well
the
done.
newspaper magnate, loosely after
William Randolph Hearst and other bits of vomitous
I believe Rosebud was a sled that he had as a young child.
You know the movie? Shauna, do you know the movie? Citizen Kane.
Classic. Classic.
Were you in Citizen Kane? No, he wasn't. He played the sled. Huh?
Many of the opening shots of Citizen Kane, Balboa Park.
Well, how about that?
Look at there. That ain't useless.
Probably not true.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
God.
Oh,
Broadcasting movie.
okay.
Broadcasting.
Oh, okay.
I know the actor.
Now it's time for the evening UBN News with your news anchor, Howard Beale.
Howard Beale.
Oh, I think Shauna got it.
What's that?
Network.
Network.
Yeah.
Is that Jack Lemmon? No, that's not Jack. No, that's
Faye Dunaway
and the English. What's his name?
Same guy we've been talking about all day here. Same actor. Going back to him. He was in Towering Inferno, and he was in all the same movies. Sunset Strip.
Oh, really?
Holden.
Oh, it was Holden. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Holden. Bill, as I call him. Not
Of
William.
course you did.
Me and Billy did this
Great
movie
guy.
together.
Great guy.
A census taker once tried to test me, and
Costa,
I
Hannibal
ate his
Lecter.
liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. And you said?
Hannibal Lecter. Dr. Hannibal.
I'm sorry, we have to take your first answer. Shauna, would you like to buzz in?
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
That is correct. Normally, Costa would be, he was a doctor. You know the movie?
Silence of the Lambs.
That's correct. How about this one?
Did you know that the front of the house of that movie?
Shut up.
Who said this? Bond. James Bond.
Shauna.
Costa.
Shauna buzzed in first.
Okay.
James Bond.
That's right. It's the same game. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Remember, you got to come up with a character's name. not
Character.
the
You're right.
actor's
You're right.
name.
You're right.
I'll name all 18 James Bonds for you right now. There's no place like home.
Costa.
Costa.
That's Dorothy Gale.
Well done.
The Wizard of Oz.
Well
waiting.
done.
I have retention.
All right, last one I got for you. It's a sports movie. Who's going to buzz in and tell me, show me the money?
Costa. Rod Tisdale.
No. That is incorrect.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Do you want to guess Rod Tidwell?
Tidwell.
Sure. Rod Tidwell.
Well done.
You could also
Jerry
say
Maguire.
Oh,
Jerry
it's
Maguire
rigged.
gets all
It
the
is
points.
rigged. Wow.
I was thinking Jerry when I said Jerry.
What a blowout.
I won.
What a blowout. And you thought you were no good at this contest.
I know. It's
Oh, no.
amazing.
It
I
is.
surprised myself.
Well, I want to thank everybody here at Loft100Studios.com for having us for another Dave Rickards podcast. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Costa. I know Elon Musk remains not one of your people that you
I don't like
admire.
him. No.
Don't care for him. I think you'll like our closing video.
Okay.
Man on the Street interview was asking people, what do you think about this person? What do you think about that person? He asked the wrong person about Elon Musk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's watch this as we say goodbye, and we'll see you next week here.
Okay.
We're here right now. What would you tell him?
Go back where you come from.
America or
Where he came from.
South
Not America.
Africa?
South Africa?
South Africa, right?
Oh, gotta go.
Whoops. Feet don't fail me now.
You've been listening to the Dave Rickards Podcast. Stay tuned for more episodes to come.